Class 75 locomotives. This H0 model comes from the former Eisenbahnmodellbau company in Zwickau in GDR, and it was manufactured already in the 1970s. Now, going from model to original, the original Class 75 locomotives were built between 1911 and 1921. In contrast to the Class 75.0, which was widely known as the Württemberg T5, or the classes 75.1 to 75.4, known as the Badische, the triple-coupled tank locomotives of the Royal Saxon State Railways were known as the Saxon Class 14HT. But it was not until 1925 that the Deutsche Reichsbahn designated these locomotives as Class 75.5. They were used in both passenger as well as freight transport. The manufacturer of all these locomotives in this very series was the Sächsische Maschinenfabrik in Chemnitz. A total of 106 of these were produced. They all had a maximum speed of 75 km per hour and at least 2.5 tons of coal. When the first of their kind came out, they were considered to be the heaviest 1C1 locomotives in Central Europe. The locomotives had in particular a long boiler with two so-called steam domes, which were connected by an internal connecting tube. The coal supply of the at least 2 tons mentioned previously was located behind the driver's cab, while the water supply of 9 cubic meters was housed in 2 lateral water tanks as well as in a container located within the frame. After the end of the First World War, Germany had to give up 23 of these locomotives as reparations. 11 ended up in Poland, 8 in France, and 4 further locomotives in Belgium. The remaining 83 locomotives were taken over by the newly founded Deutsche Reichsbahn company and, as mentioned, were designated as the new Class 75.5. Till the end of the Second World War, the number of locomotives owned by the Deutsche Reichsbahn had increased again to 88, as some Polish and French-owned locomotives were confiscated during the war. After the war, all of them were still used for many years to come. However, they were gradually phased out, so that in 1968 only 25 locomotives of this series were still in use, but also they were taken out of service in the following 2 years. Today, only 2 locomotives of this series remain in existence. On one hand, there is still one locomotive in the Schwarzenberg Railway Museum, and on the other hand, there is one in the Saxon Railway Museum in Chemnitz, the location of the manufacturer itself.